no egoic sense of self is taken. And if it is, then suffering will have to come, because if an egoistic sense is taken, I am somebody else, like Maharaj says, the desire for fame, publicity, money, sex, these are the things that you, the selfless self, are kind of bringing to see the attention and the ideas and beliefs you may still be holding about yourself, and the fact that you didn't trust Master in this, because Master is either all and everything. There can't be a little part that you're holding on to for yourself. When there is, then an I am somebody else will be created, and a desire will be desired until it either ends in, as you'll see, the pain and pleasure principle. With mantra, all of these are getting to be erased, because you have full faith and trust in the Master, your own selfless self, that mantra, and remaining with your selfless self, rather than allowing the attention to go out into this world that's very seemingly real, that you may wish to acquire something from. The world is empty. You provide all the activities, all the stories, all the everything for it. And when you're one with your selfless self, you won't be doing that. You'll be moving about, whatever's in front of you, different scenes will come. Here you are on the, in this specific moment on the car, in the car, and then now you're at work and you're doing whatever, and then you leave work and there's no thoughts about work or doing anything, unless like your phone happens to say, oh, you need to call so-and-so, then you call so-and-so. But it's not like you're thinking, oh, what did all the work and all this, and it's not that you're lazy. You're doing your job, you're doing your duties, but you're being in the reality. You're not carrying all these stories, all this extra weight of I am somebody else and what needs to happen. That's the reality. Because if it wasn't the reality, you couldn't have it. You know what I'm saying? It couldn't be just another mind-created thing, because it wouldn't be a constant. That is the only constant, your selfless self.
John, when you're repeating the mantra, are you repeating, when you're silently repeating the mantra, are you thinking of the meaning of the mantra? Or I think somebody asked this in the book, and I can't remember what the answer was. Are you thinking of the meaning, or are you concentrating on the sound? Or, I mean, how do people
different times, different ways. Sometimes it would be you breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out, just walking down the street. It's constantly running. So the idea is it's running in the background all the time, and then it'll come to the foreground when something is when there's an I am somebody else that believes they're doing a mantra. Because somehow, in order for you to believe you're doing a mantra, you had to separate from your selfless self through the idea that there's someone who can do a mantra. But if it's running in the background all the time, then that becomes the background to all the experience. You remain with your selfless self. When attention is beginning to be drawn out for whatever reason, then the mantra comes to the foreground and you continue to recite in mind. Sometimes with breath, sometimes not. Just however it happens to be. It's running all the time, especially as you're doing it in the beginning, going to sleep at night. Mantra, and as Maharaj says, throughout the night, you, the selfless self that does not sleep, will be continuing this mantra.
Is this happening spontaneously?
It will. In the beginning, you have to have a deliberate effort. In the beginning, I would say, because I in my own experience, I did not just sit and say, okay, I'm dedicating 2 hours to I just mantra, because like I said, it was very blessing right into food poisoning. So the mantra was able to be used like immediately. And when I went to India, I had long beard and long hair and Rudraksh beads and all this kind of stuff. And in doing mantra, observed getting up, going, getting shaved, hair cut, beard gone, taking off the beads. These occur with absolute devotion. You have to have the absolute devotion and understanding that you, the selfless self, came to yourself through another form called Sri Ramakant Maharaj, he gave you this mantra to eliminate the ideas and beliefs that that selfless self knows it's holding in that other form.